Hey guys, good evening to you all. I hope I'm audible. Hello Chirag, thanks for joining. Kamarjeet, Mahesh, Piyush, Sandeep, Sunil, Yusuf. Welcome you all in today's live session. Hope I'm audible. Can someone confirm?
Yes, yes.
That's good. Thank you, Chirag. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Thanks again for confirmation. So we'll start today very wonderful session that is a Palo Alto next generation firewall. So I'll be your instructor and I'll be cover this entire session for the Palo Alto, right? So if any point of time during our learning and study, if you guys feel like I'm not understanding, just try to stop me by texting, message me, or even in the group chat, whatever you're having in the Zoom call, or you can always raise your voice, right? So it's two-way communication always going to happen during the entire training. I'll try my best to give the best learning experience for this Palo Alto session. But in any point of view, you feel like something is not understandable, not clear to me, you always welcome, right? It's not like I'm speaking and you guys just listening, okay? So I want more this session to be interactive and two-way, we all will work together and together we will try to learn entire thing, right? Because this is
Sir,
something,
sir, your skin is not visible.
okay, who all are able to see my screen? Can one, everyone not able to see?
We
नहीं सर
I'm able to see it.
दिख
Okay,
रहा है
so
सर
Kamarjit, you can try to go in some best network. I believe might be some issue from your end. You can check that. Okay, so this is something what I was trying to give you that like I would like to talk this before the class because I don't want to give any kind of the like wrong impression while doing the course. Everything should be fair. So I want like everyone should be let me mute again. I'm muting the person 839486580044. So if you guys feel I'm not understanding, so you can ask me question anytime and we can have a debate. We can have a very good debate. Okay. And during the debate, might be we come to the conclusion. Might be sometime I'll be wrong. So just challenge me, sir, you are wrong. Don't hesitate. Okay. Because I love to be someone is going to challenge me. Okay. And if you guys are challenge me, I'll work hard to figure out the all those, answers what I don't know. Okay. Because we are all humans and there is always a scope we can improve ourselves, right? We are not something we are programmed and we can just know everything based on the program, yeah? Right? We are learning the next generation technology. So if I talk about the next generation technologies, so we have to invest our times, we have to invest our precious time while understanding this next generation technology. Okay, so whatever the technology right now available in the market for the digital transformation and growing for the IT infrastructure, so because already you guys are aware about that, post COVID, the things has been changed. More of the organization is adopting about the hybrid culture of the working way of the working, and some people are working from home, some people are working from home office, some people are working from anywhere. So to meet that all requirement, we just have to use a technology who is just capable to cater those kind of requirement. So to cater those kind of requirement, we just have to focus about more in the next generation technologies. Likewise, we are talking about the SD-WAN solution, we are talking about the next generation firewall solution, we are talking about the cloud security, we are talking about the cloud, we are talking about the cyber security, lot of things we are talking, right? We are talking about the machine learning, artificial intelligence. So these all technology, I can say one of the hot cake technology and the high paid jobs in available in the market. So if you are the expert of the any of the product, right? Even the Cisco, Versa, Zscaler, Palo Alto, Viptela, there's Cisco and Viptela right now in the same, and the cloud and checkpoint and F5, you will become the next generation engineer. So the next generation engineer having the high chance to get the very high paid and very good salary in compared to the legacy engineers. Legacy engineers means who not upgraded themselves and they keep working on the like legacy firewalls configuration. I'm just going to talk about what is a legacy firewall. They keep working on the routing switching in infrastructures. They are not upgrading themselves to the SD-WAN solution and some automation solution, some kind of the like I can say more about the programmable networks. So those are going to be lack, and might be they will not grow as much as what next generation engineer can grow. Okay, so that's why my focus would be just go in depth, try to learn more and more, try to ask more and more questions, try to do lab more and more. So whatever I'm going to cover, it is just everything is going to be theoretical and practical. So whatever I'm going to teach you all, it would be the same time I'll try to do the practical. Okay. So I hope everyone is clear about the agenda and the like what we are talking about. Anyone having any question before I can start about this session? Anything you guys wanted to know about the course content, anything, any other question in your having a mind about the career counseling, you're confused about the career. So we can discuss about that also. There is no problem for me. I keep, motivating the people. I keep giving the right direction to people. So this is also my job. So I will try to help you all. Okay. No worry. If you have any kind of question in future during the session, you can ask me. There is no problem. Let's start the session, right? Without any delay. So, okay. So welcome you all in the GuiNet technology, right? And this is the platform where you can get the multiple technology like the firewall, checkpoint, SD-WAN, CCNA, CCNP, and more courses going to be available very soon on this platform. Likewise, let me show you all. So we are planning to launch the DevOps course also. We are planning to launch like what there is not available DevOps course and some cyber security also very soon on our platform. So we are working with the different people, so we can launch this course. So probably in the future days, you guys will get the more course about the more next generation technologies, whatever available in the market, right? So now talk about the Palo Alto, right? So in previous session, when I was live on the last Friday, and we just discussed about the course content and about the like what we are going to cover in the Palo Alto firewall. But now today we are going to learn actually the firewall, right? Why we need a firewall, and last, if you guys are joined today only, so let me just share the last class video. We talk about the just some basic about the firewall, like similar to the I can say some kind of introduction of the Palo Alto firewall. So let me share. My voice is not low, Gaurav. Can you adjust your mic, or is it low for everyone? Because I think I'm speaking on the right pace, and my mic is also correctly adjusted. Okay, so if you guys not attend the last session, you can go and watch the last session where we discuss about more about the different vendor. We try to do the comparison between the Cisco, Checkpoint, Palo Alto, Fortinet firewall. Why we use the Palo Alto firewall? Why not use the Cisco firewall? Why not use the Checkpoint firewall? We talk about a little bit of history about the Palo Alto firewall, where it was originated and who was the founder, and what was the background of the founder. So these all information I captured in the previous classes. And we also talk about the different product about the Palo Alto firewall, right? What is the Strata series, Prisma Access, and Cortex XDR. So, and the Gartner report also, where the Palo Alto like stand in the Gartner report and the certification. So these and all in after that we talk about the course module, what we're going to cover. So this was just the intro class, nothing we started right now. But today again, we are going to talk in continuation of the intro about the firewalls, because when we are going to understand any of the technologies, we should understand why basically I need to understand and why should learn this technology. What is the benefits of learning this technology, right? So I'll try to go with a very grassroots, very zero, and I'll try to give more examples like in the layman language, so you guys can correlate what I'm trying to talk. Okay, but still you guys are not able to digest, not able to understand, just stop me. Okay, so let's start the session. So first thing, whenever we start anything about the firewall, first we have to understand about the product. Okay, why we need a firewall? This is the first question come in a mind, and where this firewall come in a picture. Okay, so if I give a very real-time example. So might be you guys are using the laptop, right? Might be you guys are using the CCTV camera. Might be you guys are using the physical security. So if I am talking about the physical security, that means security guard in any society. Might be you are installing the door lock, right? And a lot of other features. So I'm just giving these kind of simple examples. And I'm telling these all are using a firewall. Using a firewall. Then question is how they are using the firewall, right? So laptop is very easy. Laptop, if you are opening the laptop, they having the software-based firewall already installed in the laptop. So software-based firewall already installed in the laptop. If you go in the laptop, you try to search. Why I give this example? So you can just understand. So you can see this is a window defender. So this window defender is already installed in your computer. And this window defender having the lot of inbound rule and outbound rule similar to the policy in ACL. And you can see a lot of things are allowed and a lot of things might be I can deny. I can create a new rule, and based on my new rule, I can make the action as a deny. Might be, let me show you. If I am just creating the next, see, so it is asking the program path. So let me just give some kind of path. I don't know what program path should I give. Or let me just give the all program for time being. And this is the next and the next, and then it is asking the name and the finish. And then after it is going to ask the action in the what you want to do, block the connection, allow the connection. See, so allow, deny connection are available here. So similar, is it the firewall? And you can see some of the connection they allow and they having a profile, they are enable connections and the different authorization, remote port, local port, protocol. So this is the very complex ACL is available in the computer PC also. So this is the firewall, right? And it is already inbuilt in your computer. But are this firewall is going to help your problem? What we are going to learn? The answer is no. This is the firewall, but this firewall having a different role and responsibility. It is just limited to your laptop, and in laptop they are capable to make your laptop secure and safe zone. So if anything is going to be in or out, might be firewall will be like going to be checked what is going to in and what is going to out. And based on the checking, they might be allow, they might be not allow. So laptop is very useful things, and you are keep using this thing in your home PC, and they all are using the firewall. This is the one example where the firewall is going to protect your laptop being exposed from the internet, or you are just sending somewhere something and you don't want to send, that is also going to be exposed. Now we discuss more about this firewall, but let me just talk about some real time scenario, right? So how this is going to work. So if you are talking about the physical security means you having the very good society or building, right? And in this building, we might have to install one of the door. You can see this is my door, which is going to be installed of the as an entry or might be the exit gate. So this is my entry and exit door, or you can say gate. So this building having a lot of people are staying, and you don't know everyone who is doing what, right? Or might be some people trying to in this building for any kind of the courier delivery, for any kind of the other services. They are just trying to enter in your society or your building or your office. So there is a one person who is going to stand, for which we call the security guard, or you can say security personals. Let me mute for some people. Okay. So this could be the anything where people might be, come to, in your building, in your premises, and they try to enter inside your building, right? So if they are trying to enter inside your building, so there is a security personnel, he is going to ask, where are you going, right? They ask the question, where you are going. If he is going to tell, I'm going that flat number or that house number, so might be they will use the intercom and they will try to call via the mobile, or might be the intercom phone, whatever the home having, or might be they having a third party application where they send the message and they get the confirmation, hey, can you just confirm this person is trying to go to your home? Are you allowing him, or you just really call him? And if your answer is yes, then he is going to allow to enter inside of the society. If your answer is no, then he is going to deny. So that means your packet, the human being who is trying to enter the society, is it acting as a packet? So this packet only could be allowed or could be denied based your intent, based on your choice. So this security guard acting as a firewall. So firewall is available everywhere. Firewall is available everywhere. It's not like it is not available. So firewall is available everywhere. You just have to understand the situation, how it is available. So you can see guard is acting as a firewall, because the firewall is basically a device where it is giving the permission someone to enter your network, or someone might be leave from your network, right? Similar guard is doing the same thing, right? Security guard is doing the same thing. Now let's assume that you say, yes, you come to my house, and this person again come to your building, come inside your building, and finally they reach to your home, and this is again new door for you, right? So this person allow and reach to your door, and now again you have to look. They are just going to ring your bell. So after ringing their bell, you just have to check, might be you having some kind of the camera installed here inside of the door, or might be the glasses they are installed right now in the doors, and you can see who is standing behind of my door. And if you find this is a legitimate person, this is the right person, then you are going to open a door, you are going to allow, that means open a door. If not, you are going to deny the door, means you are going to not open the door. So this is going to be denied. So this person never going to enter your house. So see, this is your door is also acting as a firewall. So this is another example. Your door is also acting as a firewall. Now these are just allow and deny, right? But just think, this person come to your home and you are not available to your home, right? So might be he is going to break your door and enter your house, and they want to like do some kind of the activity where they steal some valuable item from your home. So how you are going to capture, right? How you are going to see who was enter my home, because might be security guard say, I don't know who enter, some kind of the loopholes, might be he was not available, might be he make some wrong entry, might be he he was wear the mask or helmet where his face was not recognizable, anything could be there, right? So once you install another layer of security, that might be the CCTV. So this CCTV again acting as one of the level of the security, advanced security. So you are adding more money, right? Your money will be just going to make a surveillance who was enter what time at my gate, and what he did, what he not did, because his activity is going to capture. So this is the advanced feature might be you talk about. You are integrating these all security guard, doors, CCTV. These all are going to integrate together, and they will give the more and more advancement, advancement of your security features. So more money you are going to put, more feature you are going to get, right? If you're not happy with CCTV and still you want to deploy one more security guard here for just take care of your house, then again additional cost is going to be increased, but your one more layer of security is going to be added. So I mean to say, the first layer security was the main gate. This was acting as one firewall. You cross it. Then second layer security was you deploy the physical security of your house door, right? And then you also deploy the CCTV, and this was your door lock. So you can see this is the one layer security, two layer security, three layer security, and the four layer security. But if you all are using, you just have to pay more. So you have to invest a lot of money to get this all done. So similarly, if anything, if anything, firewall, if you take a definition firewall, so we called firewall is like it's burning wall, right? This is a high flame burning wall. So if you are trying to go directly without any protection, without any permission, you are just going to be burned and you are going to be dead, right? Because firewall will kill you. So it's a burning wall. It is going to kill you because you don't have right protection, right like way to go inside of the firewall. But if we're having the valid protection, valid justification, valid proof, then you can probably allow and you can just cross the firewall, right? So this is the firewall. Firewall is again, it is a similar way. Firewall is again likewise the CCTV camera, likewise the physical security, likewise the like your home security or your locked door. It is going to act, but what it is going to protect? What kind of the devices it is going to protect? So just it is a similar example again. You are in the office right now, not in society. In this office, again, we are having a gate. This is might be your main gate. So this gate you can protect by the physical security. Physical security, again, the concept will be going to be same. The security is verify the all human identity, then it is going to allow inside the office. But inside your office, some different devices might be there. Some could be the switch, some could be the printer, some could be server. So let me just write here. This could be the switch, this could be the server, this could be the printer, or might be you just having the routers, it is connected, or might be you just having the firewalls. So could be anything which might be connected like this. Different devices. Some PC might be also connected. Some laptop might be also connected. So you can see a lot of devices are there, right? And these devices are basically giving the communication media inside of network. By using those communication media, you are interacting outside of the world, might be the internet. So you are just talking with the internet. So these routers are going to the internet through the firewall, or might be within the office, might be this user want to talk with this switch or this server or this printer, they can do that also. It is completely fine. There is no problem, right? So the problem is one gate, the physical gate you protected, right? This physical gate you protected well with the physical security. But what about the logical gate? Logical gate. What that means, a logical gate? The gate by using you are entering the office to access these networks. So that means you having the enterprise network, you having the router, you switch it, and by sitting on the internet, if this is my laptop, I also connected to the internet. This is my internet world. By connected to this internet, what is going to happen? I might be able to access this router. I might be able to this firewall. I might be able to this server, this switch, anything I could be access. So if I'm accessing these things from the internet, so might be I'll get the remote access of these devices. Might be I'll get the server access, and I can make your critical data changes. I can delete your critical data. Might be I'll get the access of this server, right? I can shut down your server. I can shut down your printer, so people will not able to take printer. Server will shut down, so people will not do the work. Might be they are trying to do some kind of the data entry, might be the SQL server, might be the database server, might be the SAP server. It could be anything, or might be some your application, might be your website is hosted there, might be your locally hosted Facebook. Just I'm giving an example that is not possible, but might be just you hosted any social media application. You would be not able to access those things, right? So this is something the person sitting on the internet who is trying to enter your network, and after entering a network, they wanted to destroy your network, right? Likewise, you recently heard about the ransomware. You heard about the log4j, right? These are the latest attack, vulnerability attack was happened. Recently in India, AIMS, one of the India prestigious, or I can say one of the best hospital available in the India, the AIMS, that server was also hacked by the hackers, right? How? Because they having a security breach there. they having some kind of loopholes. And by sitting on the internet, hackers take the access of server and take the access of all patient data. And might be you are suffering from any of the illness, your all record is there in the hospital, and based on your record, the doctors are doing the treatments. But what if those records had been lost? What if? So might be whatever the treatment doctors was doing for me, that was all null and void, useless. And you don't know what I can do for my again treatments. Might be it will start from zero. You have to invest a lot of money for test. You just have to pay a lot of for the fee as a like consultation or medication. So this is like a huge loss for the everyone. So that's why the very critical. You just have to be very careful while designing your network. So you have to block your logical gate whenever the packet is coming from the internet to your LAN network. The firewall will play a very critical role. The firewall will play a very critical role. So once you are coming from the internet, firewall will first inspect the packet, inspect the packet. Inspect means they are going to check the packet, right? Inspect the packet. You are the right person or not, or right packet or not. If you are the right, only they are allowed. If you are not, they are going to deny. So I hope you understand. So anything coming from the internet, firewall will just verify the packet, verify the connection, verify the status. And if it is going to fail, this is the right person, this is a legitimate person, then it is going to allow you inside of the network. But at any point of time, if any point of time, if this packet is going to be suspicious activity or it is not like allow, then it is going to be dropped. So this is the one thing. Similar, if you are trying to go internet, right? You are sitting in the LAN network and you are trying to go over the WAN, that is the internet. So before your packet leaves from the firewall toward the WAN, again you have to prove you are the right person or right, you are sending the right packet. If you are going to prove that I am the right person, I am sending the right packet, then this firewall is going to allow. If you are not, then it is just going to be drop again. So is it not like something out to in packet? It is also in to out packet. So in to out means LAN to WAN, out to in means WAN to LAN, right? So either way, firewall is going to check you, and based on checking, it is going to allow. So this firewall having a capability, the legacy firewall having some kind of limitations, but legacy next generation firewall having a capability to inspect the packet based on the various parameters. So let me just write those parameters. So any IP packet, whatever you have seen, the IP packet having a lot of information. Let me just write it here for you guys, just for the understanding. So if you draw any of the IP packet or might be any of the packets, what information they are going to carry? They are going to carry source MAC, destination MAC, source IP address, destination IP address, right? They are going to carry about the source port. They are going to carry about the destination port. They are going to carry about the application information. They are going to carry some more information, and after that they are going to carry content that we know the data. So you can say this is the source and destination is the layer 2 information. Source and destination IP is the layer 3 information. Source port and destination port is the layer 4 information. Application is the layer 7 information. We having some more field in the Palo Alto. We discuss about that. That we having the user ID. We having the like machine ID, right? Or device ID we call, not machine ID, device ID. So this kind of information also will fill here. We'll discuss more about that. And finally, we having a content and actual data. So the firewall is going to inspect different parameter whenever it is just going to initiate the connection the firewall is going to inspect different parameters like the IP, likewise the MAC, likewise the port, likewise the protocols, application, and even the content. So it is not like content is not. So what is the content? So content is, let's say suppose this is one PC. This PC want to talk with this PC. B. In between we having the firewall, right? So this PC want to talk with this PC and he want to send one of the attachment as an Excel file, right? So Excel file he want to share. So if he want to share the Excel file, in this Excel file, he want to put some data, likewise the company, what I can say, company revenue data, right? Revenue data he want to share. But PCA is not allowed to share the company revenue data or the financial data to anyone. So if he is going to share as an attachment of the Excel file, and inside of the attachment, if the company having the financial data, which is very confidential to the company, your firewall can be look about the Excel file also. And after looking the Excel file, if you found you are leaking the data, it is going to block. It's having such like of intelligence. Even you are sending one of the notepad file, and in this file you writing one word like confidential, and this word might be not allowed to share. Any file who having the confidential word, that should not be allowed to pass from the firewall. That is also going to capture by the firewall. So these are the content, whatever the attachment, what is the email, whatever the parameter you are sending, those all acting as a content. So the content is going to be, verified by the firewall. And after doing the verification of the content, firewall is going to take a certain actions, right? So based on the content, based on the application, if your network or your firewall is not allowed to allow a traffic for the WhatsApp application, for the Facebook application, for the YouTube application. So these YouTube, Facebook might be you are sitting in the office network and you are trying to access this, the FB, WhatsApp, might be the YouTube. So this might be not allowing the firewall. So whenever you are going to access this website, it is going to be blocked and you never going to open. I'll show you in the very live. Okay. It is not the theoretical stuff. I'll just prove everything how this firewall is going to block. So this is also possible with the firewall. So any application I want to allow, any application I want to block based on my intent, it is a completely possible. It is a completely possible. There is no problem, right? Similarly, if I want to allow any traffic based on the destination port, what port could be? Might be the 443 for the HTTPS, port 80 for the HTTP. So this is the HTTPS port, and this is the HTTP port. Might be 23 for telnet, 22 for the SSH. So these port might be DNS. It could be the 53 port. So any port which I want to allow from the network, I can allow. If I want to deny, I can deny, right? So this is the port level of the segregation also I can do with the help of the firewall. It can block the port, it can block the application, it can block the content, it can allow the content, it can allow the application, it can allow the ports. Similar, we having the IP. So based on the IP, source destination IP, also might be the IP is 10.10.10.10. I don't want to allow this IP from this firewall. I can block it. If any packet is coming for this IP address, and I don't want to process this IP address from your LAN to WAN, it is absolutely possible. You can simply block it. There is no worry, right? So you can always block it. Okay. So a lot of parameters we have in the firewalls. They based on the different parameters, they are going to take a different actions, and based on the different action, your traffic could be allowed and could be blocked. Any question, guys, still here? Anyone having anything in your mind about the firewalls? Why we need the firewall? How it is going to work? Anything coming in your mind and you want to highlight that should be more clear, or might be not understand you this? Okay. So I'm just taking as a everyone you guys understand, and No problem. So let me just move a little bit more. So I will just go and try to cover one of the topic which is very important for you all, right? So whenever you talk about the firewalls, we having a two type of the firewalls. One is the legacy firewall, one is the next generation firewall, right? So we understand the functionality of the firewall. Now we just have to understand what is the next generation firewall and what is the legacy firewall. Because we, whenever you go for the interview, there will be a question, what is the stateful firewall and what is the stateless firewall? This is question is going to be 99% chance you will get this question well whenever you go for the any firewall related interview, because we are not talking about the Palo Alto right now. Still, I didn't talk anything about the Palo Alto except some introduction of the Palo Alto in the previous class. Today, I didn't talk about the Palo Alto. I'm just talking about the firewall. It could be any vendor firewall. I'm not talking about it. Could be the Cisco firewall. It could be the Palo Alto firewall. It could be the FortiGate firewall or checkpoint firewall, right? It could be the FortiGate firewall. It could be the Shopos firewall, XYZ, whatever the firewall is thing. It could be any firewall. And every firewall having the similar kind of the concept. So you just have to understand why the legacy firewall having a problem and how those problem is going to mitigated by the next generation firewall, right? So I have one question from the Kamarjit. He's asking how to identify the links is malicious or infected in the firewall. That's a good question, Kamarjit. So basically, to identify the malicious traffic in a firewall, if I talk about the next generation firewall, they having capability to only do that. They can identify any malicious traffic which is going to enter to your network or they are going to out from your network. And they are basically identified based on the signatures. So we'll talk about more signatures. So every signature, like the virus, we having a signature. We having the antivirus signature. We having the vulnerability protection signature. We having the spying signature. We having a 0-day attack signature, right? That's we call the wildfires, right? We having any kind of the URL filtering signatures. We having any kind of data leak signatures. So every malicious content, malicious information, malicious URL, the firewall itself having a signatures available, or based on that signatures, they are going to identify which is the malicious, which is non-malicious. And if it is going to find my particular packet type, my particular content type is malicious, so probably based on your choice, if you find the malicious, what do you want to do with this particular traffic? You want to kill them or you want to allow them? If you want to kill, it is going to be killed. If you want to allow, even it is going to be allow being a malicious, but it is a harmful for your network. So the probability you should kill them, right? So this is how malicious can be identified. We'll discuss more about this in the upcoming section, how this signature is going to work, because this is going to cover in this section. Let me tell you a little bit. So anything that is about the malicious, that is a content ID. You can see antivirus, anti-spyware, vulnerability, URL filtering, DDoS protections, right? Data filtering, and security profile for the file blocking, wildfire. These all are just for the malicious. Anything that is like you have heard about the IPS engine, intrusion prevention system. You have heard about the IDS. So IPS and IDS, these are the two engines. Might be you heard more about the Cisco firewalls. These functions is done by this content ID. The both, whatever they are doing, the IPS and IDS, they are just combined with the content ID in the Palo Alto firewall. And in this, by using this particular content ID, you can perform the IDS and IPS feature. And based on that, you can allow or you can block or you can generate the alert. Whatever you want, you can do that. Okay. So this is about malicious. Now, let's move to again about the stateful and the stateless firewall. So I keep talking, we having the legacy firewall and we having the next generation firewall. So let's understand carefully. If I have the legacy firewall, what they are going to inspect, and if I have the next generation firewall, what they are going to inspect. So if I'm talking about the legacy firewall, again, the packet would be the same, but this based on the packet, They having some kind of the informations. Let me just write here. They having a source IP, they having a destination IP, they having a source port, they having a destination port, and then finally they having the payload. So your legacy firewall only inspect the layer 3 packets and the layer 4 packets. These only two they are going to inspect. But if you are going to discuss about the next generation firewall, so next generation firewall, basically they having a more fields like the not L3 information, they are going for the L4 information, L7 information, and few more, and then they also understand the content. So next generation firewall having the more field to inspect the traffic, and based on the more field inspection, they are going to take the different actions, right? So this is about the next generation firewall, right? So this one difference you have to take care in mind. So next generation firewall can do the inspection based on the layer 3, layer 4, layer 7, and some additional field. I'll going to cover in the upcoming section. I'll going to show you those fields plus content. So you just have to at least know L3, L4, L7 and the content, right? And we'll discuss more about this. But your legacy firewalls, old firewalls only about the layer 3 and the layer 4s. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now talking about the stateful firewall. So what is a stateful? Sorry, a stateless and a stateful. So one is the stateless. So a stateless means, what is a state? So a state means you having some kind of the connections. State means you having the connection table. Connection table. Or stateless means no connection table. You just have to understand these two things. So state, this is your first one is a stateful, and this one is the stateless. So this one having a connection, this one having no connections, right? So what is the connections? So connection, that means, let's say suppose you are using one of the computer, right? You are using one of the PC, and you are accessing the facebook.com, right? You guys realize your browser sometime do the cache, right? Once you access the website, they keep that information in their cache. And once we next time going to access those page, automatically the page will be the opens. You notice might be your page will be the automatic credential will be saved. Your page will be automatically open without any credential and all. So how those things happens? So basically your browser keep the informations, state information of the users, what user was done in the last time, and based on that information, they keep logging to the your credential or your page information through the any social media site or any company websites. So basically your browser is keeping your state, your credential information, your connections, and based on that, they are taking the action. I'll give you the more relevant example after that, you'll understand. So this is something known as the stateful. That means you are maintaining something, your local database. You are doing some cache activity. You're just one information I just access from the internet. That information is kept in my memory. So that is a state table. So next time when you come to me, I no need to search my control plane information. So this is the stateful. So more relevant, let's say suppose this is the user and they want to talk with the internet. So the stateless firewall is basically work on the ACLs, and stateful they work on the policy. This is the one thing. So what is the ACL? What is the policy? Policy. So technically they are the same. Policy is the same, likewise the ACL. Only difference is the ACL having some less parameter to match. So this is the like they having to match only the layer 3 and layer 4 informations. ACL can match these two things. But if we talk about the policy, it can match the layer 3, it can match the layer 4, it can match the layer 7, it can match the data content, plus few more items, few more things. I'm just writing here, we'll discuss later, right? So policy is quite granular. They having a more field, more information, and based on the more information, we can take a lot of actions. So this is the first thing you just have to. Stateless firewall always based on the ACLs. They just inspect about the layer 3 and the layer 4. Stateful is more about the your layer 3, layer 4, layer 7, and your what I can say, data and some few more things like user ID, content, user ID, machine ID that we just have to, or device ID we can match there. Okay, we'll see later stage. Now moving to again the next thing, if you see the definition about the stateless and a stateful firewall, it is talking about in a stateful versus a stateful firewall, stateful and a stateless firewall. Firewalls work by treating each packet an isolated unit. That is a talking about the stateless firewall. So they are talking, if you are talking about the stateless firewall, each packet which is going to hit to the firewall, they are acting as a isolated unit. However, when you talk about the stateful firewall, it is going to maintain context about the active session and use state information to speed up the packet processing. This is the one thing, wonderful things. So what does mean? So does mean one thing we understand, if you are trying to send the packet from here to internet, this packet processing will be the slow because it is a stateless. But if you are using the stateful firewall and you are just trying to send the packet from the internet to the like user to internet, it is the fast. This is a definition we have seen, but how it is going to be fast? Let's understand. So what is going to happen? Let's say suppose this user wanted to talk with this internet. So this user having some IP address, might be the 10.10.10, and they wanted to go on the Facebook destination, which IP address is 20.20.20.20. Let me just use this one. Instead of writing in this way, I can use better way. So this machine having the IP is this, and they want to access this one, right? So you just have to create one access list, and access list you just created, and you in this access list you are saying, I'm just writing here, allow from 10.10 to 20.20. Likewise you just written. This is not format of the access list, but I'm just writing here was just for your understanding. So in this access list, I'm saying if any traffic coming from this particular PC, you just allow to go there, right? So the first time when the user want to access this Facebook, it is going to the firewall, and firewall will check this access list, and it will say, okay, you allow and go, no problem. But when the user again say, I want to access this particular Facebook, the firewall again go and check the ACL and again go to the Facebook or whatever server. When it third time comes, again ACL will check and again it will go to the destination. So in short, whenever you want to access any of the public destination, your ACL will be always checked. Without checking the ACLs, you cannot move on from one source to another destination. This is the key thing you just have to take care in your mind. So every packet, whatever they want to go on the same destination again and again, ACL must be checked. So you can see each package treating as a isolated unit. That's why every time whenever the packet is going to be come, every time your ACL is going to be checked. So this is about the stateless firewall. But if this is the same thing is going to happen in this scenario, stateful firewall, your packet will be the same, your destination will be the same, but now you having a next generation firewall. So you are going to create the policy. In this policy, you are again saying allow 10.10.10.10 to 20.20.20. Again, you are writing the policy similar to the ACL. See, there is no much difference. We are just writing this. But what is going to happen? When the first time this PC want to talk with this server, it will check the policy. The first packet will check the policy. It is going to check the policy. And if I found, yes, I have the policy to just allow this packet to this destination, it is going to allow. But this is the first packet, okay? But when the next packet is going to come, then what is going to happen? The policy is going to be checked. The answer is no. It is not going to be checked. Not going to be checked. It is not going to be checked. Why? So in detail, I'm just giving the right now solution about this, but if you want to learn in detail about the packet flow of the Palo Alto firewall, how the packet treatment is going to happen when firewall is going to land to the firewall ingress interface, what is the slow path, what is the fast path, and what the connection table is going to build, we'll discuss more about in this packet flow in the upcoming session. 839486, you want to ask something, bro? You having any question?
No.
Okay. What is your name? Let me just write your name.
Anand.
Anand. Okay, Anand. Thank you. Sorry, I will just keep talking your number because there's no. I just make you changes in your name so I can recall your name. Okay, Anand. Thank you. So this is about the packet flow. So this packet flow we'll understand in a very deep dive because this is our first. When we start the module, this is the first module. We are not officially starting today because we just have to understand the fundamentals. Then we'll start the official module by the next class. So any stateful firewall which is going to be treated as a next generation firewall, every packet which is going to hit, they in a Palo Alto, they are just going to land in the slow path. Slow path is something we are going to talk in very detail, but I'm just giving the example. Slow path is something which is helped to create the session, and after session is created, it is going to install in the fast path, right? So now the same situation, if the packet is going to come again to me, the packet is going to come again to me, then what is going to be happen? So my packet is going to come next time to me. I will not check the policy because my job has been done. My firewall have made the one job where they create the cache of this session in their brain. That cache is known as the state table. That means they design one cache and saying if this packet want to talk with this packet, just switch this packet from this interface to this interface by using the connection table or state tables. So they bring in their like brain in such way where all the states, all connection are going to be stored. So your packet processing will be the fast after the one packet, and your packet is going to be processed very fast because your states are going to be checked again and again, and it is keep processing the packet based on the policy they are being the states. So this is going to be fast processing, right? So this is a stateful firewall, and they having a lot of information they are going to be checked. So you can say treat each packet in the isolation and does not relate to the connection state. Stateful maintain the context and about the active session and use the state information to speed up the packet processing based on the information packet headers based on the flow. So they having a flow and based on the packet information headers, whatever layer 3 and layer 4 information they have, and based on that they just basically process the packet, right? And based on the flow information they packet the process, right? Now security is low and security is high here. Memory utilization is low because they not have to do much processing. Not lot of information they have to check. They have to check lot of information. So that is going to be high. Connection state unknown, here is known because they maintain the connections. Performance of the firewall is going to overall be fast because they just have to switch the packet. So data plane performance is always to be high, but it is going to be slow little bit in compared to this. But nowadays firewall is coming with a very powerful hardwares with the latest models. It is doesn't matter for you. But theoretically, yes, you can say connection is going to be a little bit slow because they have to process more about the packets in compared to the stateless firewall. So if I ask, did you guys understand about the stateful and stateless firewall? Just tell me yes, no, maybe. Or if you're having any question, just please tell me. Everyone understand or anyone having any question in your mind? Kamarji is saying yes, turn, sir. What about others? Chirag, how do you feel? Is it digestible to you? Or
Yes.
is it clear, right?
Yeah.
Anand, what about you? You understanding?
Yeah, just now I joined. That's why maybe some little bit confusion. I maybe.
Okay, so
And after maybe in half an hour after more, I need to join the office also.
oh, okay. What about
That's
Yusuf,
why.
Yawar, and Sandeep? Yusuf, what about you? You understand something? Clear? I believe he's on mute.
I have one questions about the context. So what are those parameters based on the context is created? Because let's say there is a one packet is originated from the inside John and reaching out the particular site, and the policy allowed it. So next, where did the next packet come? And it has the same port number, but something different about they want to access something different. Then how the
Okay,
context is created?
very nice question, Chirag. Appreciate it. So you having like two packets, right? One packet from the same source. Might be I'm taking example 10.10.10, right? And this is again another packet which is 10.10.10. They both wanted to process with the firewall. This is same firewall, not two firewall. Just take it as same firewall. Let me just. So this is the same firewall, but two different packet. This wanted to access the Facebook, right? This might be access the YouTube. So two source trying to access two application. Is it the same thing you are trying to ask, Chirag? Or two different port? Might be this is the 80 and this is the 443.
Yeah, maybe the port or something different application. Let's say they are using Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, okay, got it. So we having a, that's why next generation firewall, we having a different fields. I talk about, you can block the packet based on the source IP address. You can block the packet based on the destination IP address, but your source is common for this. Destination might be vary because it's the internet IP address. So any destinations, you cannot always go and find the Facebook destination, YouTube destination, because they're having a tons of destinations. Might be Facebook and YouTube both are working on the 443 port. So port is a common, right? Data might be anything, but key thing is the application. They having the application. These application is different. So one is the Facebook application and one is the YouTube application. So based on the application, we can either allow the application for the Facebook or we can allow the application for the YouTube. This might be going to be happen. But even if I have the application and inside the application, likewise, you mentioned that in this Facebook application, I have two subset application. The two child application might be the Facebook Messenger, and Facebook Live or Facebook video. So is it possible I can do that? The answer is yes, you can do that. Let me show you something interesting about the application ID of this particular Palo Alto firewall. Still, I'll be a little bit brief about the lab and all, but let me show you probably. So you can see here, if I'm trying to figure out the Facebook here, we'll discuss in very detail. No worry, I'll just, whatever you ask, it is going to cover in very detail here in the actual practical scenario in the application identifications. We're having one of the module here. When we discuss about the application ID, these all things is going to be covered, and we're having the content ID that is also going to be covered. So here we can see here, if I want to do something based on the application, we are dealing with the Facebook, but I want the same user can access the Facebook chat, but they cannot access the Facebook video. They cannot do the Facebook game. They cannot join the Facebook plugins or Facebook other like rooms. I can do that. Even the single application within the major family, if I want to block, I can block it. Similar, there is a YouTube. If I want to block all Facebook, it is possible. I can just simply block it. I want to allow, I can allow. But even the inside of the Facebook, we having a different application, chat, video, and voice or games, we can block that also. It is absolutely possible, and I'll show you in the live. In addition of that, likewise the YouTube having a lot of features like with the YouTube base, YouTube live chat, YouTube TV, YouTube posting. If you want, someone can not upload the video while sitting in the office network, cannot stream the YouTube in the office network, you can block them and rest can be accessible. So it is completely customizable, completely possible, and we'll test everything in the live classes. So this policy, if I start with any lab, so let me just brief about the lab. So once you start the session, you'll get the this kind of the URL. So you can see this is the URL, rex.guinet.com. It can be accessible from anywhere, right? So if you guys try it, it can be accessible from anywhere, and you'll get the credentials, right? Might be the port number will be different. So you'll get the credential for this, and after putting your credentials, you will be able to access this GuiNet labs for doing the labs activity. Okay. So here I'm just putting my credential as an admin because I have the admin credentials. Probably it is not opening in this browser. So I need to change the browser. This having some problem in this browser. So incognito, if you face such kind of issue in your network also, you can change the browser, okay? Incognito or the guest browsing, it is going to be open. So if I'm opening this lab, see, this is my Palo Alto Firewalls labs. So in this Palo Alto Firewalls lab, we just have to do a lot of information. Next class, we'll discuss about the architecture and the day zero firewall configuration. When we having the brand new firewall, how we can configure the brand new firewalls, right? So when we start doing this brand new firewall configuration, we'll get more information like about the CLI, about the console, about the management port, about the like doing the day zero configuration, everything we will do that, right? So probably firewall will be ready after 5 to 10 minutes, then we can try to explore a lot of things. But what I'm trying to say, once we define the lot of applications and based on the applications, if you want to play around with my network, I can play around with. If I want to play around with the ports, I can play around with. It is absolutely possible, Chirag. Okay. So probably I'll show you later once the firewall will be ready.
Okay.
Any other question, guys? If you're having anything in mind about the this stateful and a stateless firewall, or anything apart from that, also we can discuss. Because I just wanted to make session is the smaller because we are starting, so I want to go slowly because we just have to do 4-day class in a week. So I don't want to go in the hurry, so you cannot digest the things. Else, my motive is not to complete the session. My motive is just to make the bit and byte, to enter your brains. Okay. So then you can grow gradually. If I load everything one day, probably you will be not able to digest and your next class will be the less interesting. Okay. So we'll slowly go and we'll take the, little bit faster in the upcoming session when we're having the good foundation. So if you're having anything about the question, you can ask. Meanwhile, let me show you. So probably today or not possible if today, tomorrow we'll get the everything about the lab access. So you start doing the labs from the next class when we'll do the day zero lab access configuration about this Palo Alto firewall. And every recording will be available, every document, like what all documents we have. So we having like official book, official, like we having certification guide. And apart from that, we having a lot of CLI hardware troubleshooting commands. So you can do the debugs, troubleshoot for the CLI. Every documents, you can see a lot of CLI commands we have. By using the CLI commands, we can test a lot of thing in the firewall. So that also, yes, Kamarji, checkpoint is also every firewall, next generation firewall right now you're using, they all are the checkpoint, they all are the stateful firewall. Uh, every firewall which is coming in the market now, all are the stateful firewall because they are all are the next generation firewall. Okay, if you want to take the like debug and all, I'll teach you everything how we can take this all. So you get this information from this cheat sheet. So everything will get here. Troubleshooting the hardware issue if you want to do that. So we having a dedicated official guide how can troubleshoot. I'll show some kind of the reference also, right? So you can check the testing. So every documentation will be there in the portal, and you'll get the drive links, and in that drive your class recorded is there, your documentation will be there, your lab guide will be there. So also we having some kind of the complex scenario for that. Like we just when we create like uh, HA, when we create like the what else global protect, right? So we just have to work on the lab guide because they're having the complex scenario, how the lab guide is going to be covered and everything. So everything will cover in the lab guide also. So you'll get the step-by-step knowledge for the some of the complex topic as a lab guide. So you don't have to struggle much. And additionally, this is our official course content where we'll discuss about the module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5, module 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this having the active. Let me just, one thing is missing here. Let me just add here. What happened? This is the two things. Actually, somehow it's missed or deleted. One of the active, one of the active passive also, right? So two things we'll cover here. And global protect and IPsec, everything is going to be covered, right? In the actual lab, I'll show you. Even you can see here in our lab, we also having the very good lab for the global protect and site-to-site VPN. So no need to worry at all, because earlier we having some issue, but we fixed that, and now we start doing the global protect labs, right? They people are having very high demands that you are not covering. So let me just see. So this is our global protect lab. It's ready already. We have trained a lot of people on this particular global protect systems, client to site VPN, how it is going to form. And addition, these are the key thing for the firewall, and this is the right real time, and you have to use day to day. And we put a lot of effort to arrange everything to make this lab possible. And additionally, we having the site to site VPN where it is. This is site to site VPN. So this is also going to be covered in very detail, everything about the IPsec, everything about the tunneling protocol, everything about the, how this is going to be configured. So this is also going to be covered, and this lab is accessible to you anytime. And as per topic, you keep doing the configuration. We understand about the OSPF, we understand about the BGP configuration, we understand about the static routing configuration. So most of the things we can do in this particular bigger lab, where we having the lot of devices, we can integrate with the AD, you can integrate with the FTP server, and based on the integration of different devices, different server, we can integrate with the Kali Linux machine who can generate the live attack for the DDoS, for the vulnerability attack, some other attacks, and how the firewall is going to protect, how the servers are going to be integrate the AD, how the FTP is going to protect from the data leak. So everything, the way lab has been designed, so you will guys, you all will get the very good insight of the Palo Alto firewall, and you can explore every feature of the Palo Alto firewall. And once you complete this course, I'm very sure like you guys will be the champion, whatever you are doing. And you can easily deploy, design, or troubleshoot any incident, any kind of the documentation or the configuration of the firewalls, right? So that's all for time being from my side. Okay. If you guys having any question, you can ask me, else we'll connect tomorrow on the same time, and we'll discuss further. Okay. So we'll get the next class detail very soon. Okay. Any question, anyone?
Next class will be on tomorrow or be on Wednesday?
We will do this class Monday to Thursday. What I'm thinking, Monday to Thursday, that is a 4-day. Friday will take off. Okay. So because in previous sessions we keep doing the alternate, but people are like less, active on the Friday. So I just want to make like Friday would be the free time for the everyone, and we'll try to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. If you guys feel any issue, just let me know.
And one more thing I need to know that how many class has it has has been done, like 1 or 2 classes have already been over, or how?
No, this is when we are not started the official class. We are not
Official
started
class,
the
yeah?
official class. Yes, we official module is still not started. We're just
Because
discussing.
I'm just trying to manage my office as well, and as well as like this learning center coaching also. Because after 1 hour, my office will be start, and
Okay.
this the tutorial will be started from 7 to 9, right?
7 to we'll try to finish not 9, because we have to learn 4 days. So we wrap up before 8:30 or around 8:30, not more than that. Okay.
Not more
If
than
you're having
that.
the 8:30 we'll wrap up this session, because I believe personally 90-minute learning is enough for the any good learning. So we can go.
Officially, my office is started from 9:30, and after before 9:30, I need to log in so many tools. That's why I log in early. And for that one, maybe if the class will over at 9, then it will not be. I will not able to manage.
8:30. I will make sure the class will be over. Okay, more than 10 minutes we can go beyond, but 8:30 will class will be over. Okay, because we value the times for everyone. So I don't want to give the false commitment. Okay, no need to worry. Okay. Okay, so Yusuf is asking to me, can we get the recording? Yes, Yusuf, definitely. Let me just ask to concerned team to get everyone email details. So what we'll do, this today class recording will be uploaded tomorrow, because it's take 24 to 12 hours to upload it on the portal, because it's the cloud-based recording. Here you can see cloud-based recording. So
and one more thing I need to know, like, is there anything need to know in depth in the BGP or SPF for learning Alto?
No. You don't need to know BGP OSPF. If you're having the basic understanding of the static route, that's enough for in this Palo Alto learning. There's no routing prerequisite, but basic networking like VLAN routing as how
Yeah,
it is going to work.
that much I
That's
need.
only
That much I
required.
already
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kamarjit, PDF notes, everything will be uploaded. No need to worry. Even
And class schedule time is like 7 to 8:30, right?
yes, it is 7 to 8:30. Yeah, it's confirmed
Okay.
7 to 8:30. Okay, and Monday to
And
Thursday is official time. Yeah.
Monday 20 and it will around and it will take around for 2 months to complete this.
It will take because it is the weekdays class. Okay, so it is going to finish probably by 5 or 6 weeks. It is going to finish, not more than that,
5
because
or
it's a
6 big month,
yeah. It is
one and a
going.
half month.
Yes,
You're
yes,
saying 1.5
yes.
month.
If you're going on a daily basis, there is no break. If some region unfortunate scenario, if we taken, then it is going to complete within 2 months or one and a
And
half
after
month.
1.5 month, I do have a doubts and I need to ask, can I connect you?
Say we having one of the very good opportunity. This Palo Alto batch every time it's start by 7 or might be the 8. There's only 2 timing for the Palo Alto batch for this a weekdays. Okay, so even you complete the session and anyone, it's for the everyone, right? So just note this, and this is not fake commitment. Even you can see in this batch also many people are joined from the previous batches. I can take the name also right away. They are not asking much question because they are from previous batches. They know me. So you can always join. You can always without any charge, without any single money. You can
Okay,
always join the same
that
course.
that
Okay.
is very helpful for us. That is very helpful for us.
Yeah. So
Because
this is
what happened like one time, maybe in a one time we are not clear, not much clear. Maybe so many works we have, like we have to manage the office also. That's we have forgotten. We used to forget all some of the little things. So we maybe not able to connect all those things and synchronize. That's if we ever have an opportunity to to take a class on another batch, or it will be very helpful.
No need to worry, Anand. It is our commitment, and we never like do the false comment in the live sessions in front of any person, right? So you
Yes,
can
yes.
anytime you can, if you feel like I need to repeat, you can repeat it. There's no problem.
No,
Okay.
no, no, no. Thank you.
So Kamarjit, yes, definitely PDF notes and every learning details will be material will be uploaded. I will try make it today. So if not today, tomorrow definitely it is going to happen before the class. Okay, this is my commitment. Okay. So this is all from my side. Any other question, guys? You want to ask? Any confusion? Anything? Any suggestion? Any feedback? If you want to give, you can give it on record. There's no problem. Okay, so I just considering everything is fine from my side, but still you feel free to just text us or message us or talk to us after this class if you're having any concern. So for time being, I would stop this meeting here and we'll connect again tomorrow by same time. Okay. Have a great day and have a good evening for everyone. Okay.